because I didn't think that I had the tools to give her the happiest life I could. Very beginning, I had Lucy, and she had some issues with separation anxiety, so we decided to have a COVID puppy.
She screamed.
She would scream for separation anxiety. It was horrible. She would scream, tear up carpet. It was awful. And me and my husband were both working full time, and we thought that was genius to get a puppy, because that's the best decision. So we got our second puppy, which was Urza, and they got along fantastic. And up until probably she turned 6 months old and started going into heat, we started seeing fights between the two of them. Lucy's had staples at least once. Probably half a dozen dog fights of taking them to the vet. I talked to the vet, she was trying to get us set up with a dog trainer that would only take one of the dogs at a time, which I said that wouldn't work at all. And it was going to be a group class, so they weren't even going to come in the house. So I said I needed to look for something different, and that's when we came across AlphA and Omega. The problem that I ran into was it's really difficult to have a streamlined path. So you have all of this information, all of these tools, but when you're just like, I'm just supposed to reward good behavior, or even, I've dabbled with e-collars before, but again, I didn't know the exact application and the best way to apply them. And I wouldn't even call this correctional based. I'd say 95% of it is positive reinforcement, and then they're held accountable, that 5% that they don't want to listen. I think that's
an awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has been fantastic. That was exactly what I was looking for with them, because there were a lot of behaviors that weren't acceptable, that were not sustainable, that I couldn't have them keeping up. And even after the first day, my mom and I were like, wow, like that really changed it. And I think it was by the third session, I was like, oh, my dogs are good. Why did I hire a trainer? Like, I don't need him.
Right.
And my mom's like, no, they were bad. You need a J. And they had me in tears before.
She would be like, they were pulling her through
screaming, crying, just so frustrated.
Every night she would just be she was ready to get rid of Lucy. She was ready to get rid of her. And she loves Lucy. Lucy's her baby.
Not having any control when we're outside really limited how much she could be out and exploring and being a dog.
What's your life like today?
Oh, it's so peaceful. I can even see it with the dogs. Like, Lucy has always been such a ball of stress. Hers is more relaxed, but she's just not as alert about Lucy. Lucy, she would, anytime there's noise, anything, she'd be popping up, looking at it. Now she's belly up on the bed, just doesn't even care. She's in her spot. She knows that when she's there, she can just lay down, relax, nothing's gonna bother her. And then just personally, my stress has gone way down. I can focus on the things I need to focus on, like work, and just enjoying being around the dogs versus pulling my hair out, screaming at them because they're wanting to kill a squirrel across the fence.
They're doing great.